Yesterday, Fox News announced that they have officially hired Kayleigh McEnany, Donald Trump's former press secretary, as a full-time contributor to the network. And shortly after this information was released to the public on Tuesday morning, it was later revealed that Fox News staffers are furious with the network's decision to bring on the truth-immune Kayleigh McEnany. And, before I get into it, it is good to know that there are still some people that work at Fox News, albeit the staffers behind the scenes, not the on-air people, who actually do have morals and standards and do believe deep down that they can change the culture at this network, that they can make it better than it's ever been by actually making it truthful. God bless them for it, but they keep getting proven wrong, and I think that's why they're getting so pissed off now. Again, the Daily Beast spoke to several insiders at Fox News, got their opinions on things, and here is what they had to say. It's truly disgusting. They fired hard-working journalists who did care about facts and news reporting, only to turn around and hire a mini Goebbels whose incessant lies from the White House helped incite an insurrection on our democracy that got 5 people killed, including a police officer. Wow, that's pretty strong. Strong words. Another one says, post-Trump Fox is quickly becoming a very scary place and quite dangerous for our democracy. It's not even conservative news anymore. They've plunged into an alternate reality where extremist propaganda is the only course on the menu. Now that's a great point, and that's what I want to hit on. I'll get back to that in just a moment here. So many good people are out of a job now, and I'm sure she'll get a huge contract. It bothers me in that it basically is a slap in the face to the hardworking journalists that value real news and facts. This is the best one. It's a self-serving profiteering enterprise. She was hired because of name recognition, notoriety, and obvious willingness to say anything her employer desires. The viewers are morons. That's why I like that one the most, because it also takes that shot as like, yeah, we know the network's horrible. We know we do these bad things. But by the way, the people that watch this network, you're idiots. You're morons. So back to the point. Fox News, as this staffer says, is going more into the conspiracy route. They did fire journalists, including the one who called Arizona for Biden in the election, which was truthful, but it hurt Trump's feelings. So they fired that journalist. And they're going more into the conspiracy realm. And the reason for that, the reason they're going to these extremes now, is because they actually have to compete in the same marketplace as networks like Newsmax and One American News. And in order to do that, you have to out-crazy them. This is something we have actually talked about here at Ring of Fire since the beginning. Since 2004, we have talked about the fact, and I've brought this up recently too, there's not enough room in the marketplace for all of these conservative viewpoints, I guess you would call them. Conservative outlets, I think is a better word. So what happens, and we saw this, by the way, back in the day with Ann Coulter, Michelle Malkin, and Laura Ingraham. The three of them continuously had to out-crazy the other one to get their name in the headline, to get the spotlight for a few minutes until another one of them would say something ridiculously crazy and stupid, then the spotlight would go. And that's kind of what Fox News is having to do now with Newsmax and One America. Oh, they're hiring former Trump staffers? Well, we're going to hire former Trump staffers. Oh, they said this crazy thing that almost got them sued for $1.3 billion? We're going to say the crazy thing that's going to get us sued for defamation. Like, Fox News is in the position now where they're kind of playing from behind. I thought for certain many months ago that Fox would emerge victorious in this war between these three little conservative networks, but it turns out Fox is actually losing. They're losing viewers. They're not getting as many advertisers, and those other networks are continuing to grow. So Fox has to combat it. And you combat that by bringing in somebody like Kayleigh McEnany, pretty face, empty head. That's what fits in at Fox News. And so they found the perfect hire with Kayleigh McEnany. As the staffers pointed out, she will say whatever they want her to say. It will have a hardcore conservative bent. And hopefully the network thinks that's enough to bring in some of their viewers who are going to those more extreme networks. We'll see as this story unfolds, but either way, staffers aren't happy. And when the people behind the scenes aren't happy, tends to make the quality of the product go down. So Fox is going to have to eventually deal with that issue as time moves on too.
One of today's video sponsors is privacy.com, and right now they're offering an exclusive deal for our Ring of Fire viewers. Go to privacy.com/ROF and sign up for an account, and you will get $5 towards your first purchase using Privacy. And I have to say, this is a product I use every single time I make a purchase online, which, given today's climate, is almost every day. And as somebody who has had their card numbers stolen in the past, privacy.com is absolutely an essential tool to protect yourself online. What Privacy does is it allows you to create alternate card numbers so that you can use them online. You can have a single-use card that number only works one time. You can create card numbers that only work for a specific website or merchant. And you can even create card numbers to share it with a friend to send money. And the greatest part about this is that if that number is taken by a hacker, it doesn't matter. You're protected. Your financial security is what is so important online today, and privacy.com allows you to have that peace of mind. So again, to get $5 towards your first purchase, go to privacy.com/ROF or just click on the link at the top of the video description below.